your host, who is on. I look like I'm on vacation. See, I heard that it was supposed to be a party and we were gonna have mimosas, and so everyone else dressed like as if it was, not a party. I don't know. I'm just trying to be in the spirit. Gary, how are you doing this morning?
I am doing wonderful this morning. We should hold the computer up so you can see all the decorations that Sarah did here for me.
Yeah, you guys. I saw that happy retirement. Let's see the rest of them.
Yeah. Hanging from the ceiling.
I like the retired and sleeping in since 2021.
And those are pillowcases. Yeah.
She did a great job.
I thought hanging the pillowcase was a brilliant idea.
It is.
Yeah, that was a good.
Hey, so it wouldn't be a very good a Friday or a very good Just Tech meeting or something hosted by me unless we had some slides ready, right? A retirement party is supposed to be like, celebrating everything, but I'm going to bring up some slides, especially since we're doing this virtually. It's the first virtual retirement party I've ever been to, but I'm going to share something with you guys that I created, and I had the help of the rest of the team to kind of showcase Gary's whole career. So with that said, welcome to the retirement party of Gary. This is just a short slide, and it's going to be fantastic. It's going to be beautiful. You guys are going to love this. The bon voyage of Gary. And Sarah had a hard time saying, but celebrate, good times, come on. That's what that is down at the bottom. So Gary, I got some resources, and maybe you even helped these resources, but I wanted to showcase your entire career. Now, this is a very short timeline, so I'm going to do my best to see what we can do with this timeline. This is Gary. Gary's been working, he's been working for a very long time. So I'm going to try to give you guys a little bit of piece about how Gary started. In 1979, Gary started working for Xerox. He started covering the Frederick and Winchester County area and Clark County area. 1979, that's longer than a few of us have been born. 1982, he started covering the Tyson's Corner, McLean area. That was in 82. He expanded his territories, not from just the Winchester, Clark County, but also to the Tyson's Corner area. 1984, that's when, boss stuff started happening. 1984, he started Apple Valley Office Products as an authorized Xerox agent. Wow, 1984, that was a very big year for Gary. 1986, they moved in from a smaller building. They got bigger and moved into a bigger building and then started getting into furniture and office supplies. Hey, Gary, at any time, if I ever got any of this wrong, I don't know it's hard to get me to stop talking, but you just might, hey, wait. So I got my facts wrong. You just let me know.
You're doing good. 1998.
So far, factual. I could start my History Channel resume, and Josh may lose me as a PowerPoint timeline creator for the History Channel. 1988, we started going away from typewriters. Wow, you sold Xerox typewriters and moved into computers. So congratulations. That must have been a crazy year.
Royal and Olympia.
What's that?
We sold Royal and Olympia. We started out as a typewriter company that sold copiers.
Wow. A typewriter company that sold copiers. That is wild to me. But in 1992, we got mayor status. Gary became Winchester's mayor from 92 to 96, I believe, or 97. Is that correct?
96, yeah.
92 to 96. Now, Winchester's been around for so long. I was trying to get do you remember what number mayor you were?
No, I don't.
So many.
Pictures
it started from
like
1802.
Beginning of like 1900, but obviously there were mayors all the way back to 1752.
So you joined a long lineage of mayors. I found a very short list of 24, starting with what they thought was the shortest. I couldn't get from 24 up to where you were. It wasn't that long ago, Gary. So 93, he moved down from his bigger building down to the downtown walking mall. If you guys ever been to Winchester, it's probably one of the more beautiful things here, along with the mountains and everything. I've enjoyed it a lot. Me and Serve enjoyed it a lot. You guys moved down there and you cut down on the office furniture and office supplies. In 1998, I think that's when bigger things started to happen. You became a printer dealer for Xerox. And that's this right here. This is a picture of an actual printer from 1998. I found it. This is the DocuPrint C55. Gary, do you remember selling those?
Sort of.
Oh, yeah, so they were expensive.
Yeah.
Yes, they were.
You remember selling one or two? They had a price tag of $3,500, I think, in 89 or 98.
Wow.
Expanded a little bit longer to another slide. So 2000, you became a dealer for copiers as well for Xerox. And I also brought up a year 2000 printer or a copier as well. This is the Xerox Document Center 480. Did you sell many of those? Does that ring a bell, or did you sell more of another copier?
Not as a dealer. We couldn't sell those yet. But I went back, I was going through my files to get rid of things, shred things, but I did keep one document that I found, and it was my budget from either 2000 or 2001, something like that. And my facsimile budget was bigger, is the same as my copier budget. So the spell faxes was the same as the copier budget.
How the times have
$20,000 a
changed.
year. I had to sell $20,000 for the copiers a year to make my budget.
Good Lord.
All the people's wives were there at home in order to get a hold of them from the house. That must have been a wild time. Okay, so now we're getting into the 05s. 05, they moved to the current building that we all know and that the Winchester crew is in right now. They moved there in 2005. 2006, you acquired 7 more counties in West Virginia for 11 counties total. Wow, that's pretty big area for the whole state of Virginia. And in 2007, you guys purchased that building that you guys are in now. So 05 to 07, with those 11 territories must have been very fruitful for you. So congratulations. 2014, you guys merged with Martin Graphics out of Stanton, Virginia, and added 8 more counties for 19 in total. So that kind of stretches down. If you guys are looking at that graphic on the screen, it kind of keeps on going down in Virginia. In 2015, you acquired the Harrisburg area for the city of Harrisonburg, which was another acquisition that you guys went through. And then in 2017, we finally got to almost the end here. 2017, you acquired 10 more counties, and then Gary, at the peak of Apple Valley Products, was having 30 counties total, and that's when he said, "All right, I think I'll merge with Just Tech and take this a one step further." So, Gary, from my timeline, does that sound accurate? Is there anything that I can add to it?
That's pretty good, except for the fact that that last merger with Just Tech was the best one of all.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, we're glad you did it.
What a career. Outstanding, Jerry. And let me add, in 2018, Gary was our #1 rep or #2, and he sold more than he ever had in his career in his 40th year. What a career.
Wow. And Gary, you also made President's Club, correct me if I'm wrong, 6 times?
Yes, not just as an agent, but as a rep for Xerox. Couple times.
Pictures. I asked for people to source me some pictures of Gary. You know, I can only find so many in my own personal photo album. So I asked other people to find some, and we found this one right here. I dug up some old pictures. This is, to the left is a picture of Gary and his business partner Denny from the Apple Valley Office Products. Gary, can you explain what year or the context of this photo?
2011 or 12.
11 or 12. We did a photo shoot for a magazine, the Eastern Panhandle. It's called Panhandle Magazine, and they highlighted businesses and they.
But then I also found this whole family picture, the whole crew picture, and it looks like there's Stephanie there. I see Vicky. I don't know that gentleman in the back. That's Denny. I don't know that young lady to the left of Gary Chrisman. But look at that. It's all right there. And what I actually found was interesting is this guy right here. I didn't really know who that was. I said, "Who is that guy?" I said, "Is that a young Gerard Butler?" Eric, you should probably never shave, man. You look fantastic.
This is my 37th year, starting my 37th.
Wow.
84.
Yeah, 84.
Wow, congratulations. So, and this is a nice plaque that Gary got to add to his wall full of plaques. If you've ever been to Gary's office, you'll see that he has a lifetime of serving his community. He has everything. And if I could have remembered, I could have probably found even more. If I remember the Rotary Club, remember Boy Scouts of America, you're part of, the Key Club, you're part of all these different social groups in here. So you've definitely had a lifetime full of achievements.
And it was when he had a grand opening with the radio station, came in and did an on-air broadcast. And so he had a sign out front, grand opening and all that. It was a lot of fun. And those are all of our suppliers. That's in the picture to the left with the beard, he was our Olympia typewriter rep. Stephanie liked him. And let's see, in the other picture, Nick Matthews is the second from the right, it's out of Denny. He was the Xerox, whatever you called him at that time, BDM or what were they called?
It was a C.
Well, we used to buy typewriters 100 at a time. You got a better price for that. We bought pallets of typewriters and sold them to schools. The classroom of the school had these, 30, 35 typewriters going to a school at one time. On the left is Steve Gray's birthday. That's Steve Gray standing on that. Is that 95? Okay. That's Steve Gray's birthday, and we took him to a caboose behind McDonald's. Okay, and we told him. Now you have to understand, in the Eastern Panhandle of West Virginia, there's a lot of strip clubs. Okay, they're everywhere. Okay, and so we told him we were going to go on Route 11 North and put blindfold on him. So he thought we were going to one of the strip clubs for his birthday lunch. and we got there and made him walk up into this little caboose. They had caboose for little kids' birthday parties. He was really upset.
I want to go even further, and I want to see what my internet sleuthing could do. So as you can tell from the photos previously, Gary was and still is a pillar of a Winchester, Virginia community. So when I dug a little deeper, I searched the Hanley Library website for Gary Chrisman, and it actually only returned 4 results. But then I also tried Gary Chrisman, just in case, misspelling. I got 0 results on there, and Gary, you're not much of a holy man around. But I did, but then I searched Gary Chrisman without the H, and I got back 6 from the Hanley Library. So I want you guys to enjoy some more internet sleuthing. I don't even know, Gary, if you knew they had a database on you. And I actually talked to your good friend Rebecca Ebert.
Yeah.
So I had to reach out to her and get a written slip.
Just a little comment about that. Everybody's nice and casual and everything now. You were in your Hawaiian shirt and stuff. But when I started with Xerox, you had to wear a white shirt and you had to wear a suit. You couldn't wear a sport coat. You had to wear a suit and you had to wear a white shirt. A white shirt, not a blue one, and a tie. It was always white shirt, dark suit, all the time, every day, even in July. A white shirt and a dark suit and a tie in July. Yep.
So where you got funky was the tie. It seems like you didn't go for like the straight middle management tie. You went for the bright tie. Again, your dedication to the community here and how much you participated. When I reached out to the Hanley Library, Rebecca Ebert said, hey, what do you want these photos for? I said, Gary's having a retirement party and we're throwing it on Friday. Can I please get them by Friday? And she goes, absolutely. Gary's been a huge supporter of the Hanley Library, a huge part of Winchester as well. So, Gary, even behind your back, people are saying very nice things. Enjoy the videos, the video conference.
All right. Great presentation, Jerry. Thank you. And thank you for putting that together. So, Gary, what can I say? A lot of people think that, we just started working together 4 years ago. But actually, back in the old days, this is our 15th year of an agency, but the Xerox owners used to meet on a regular basis, and Xerox used to have a lot more in-person meetings. And we first met 15 years ago when I was first became an agent owner, and I was the new kid on the block. And we had a lot of meetings in the Mid-Atlantic area. I see Jen's on the phone. Jen, is another agent owner from Delmarva who's worked with Gary for a long time. And, we have a lot of memories. We've had so many meetings together over the years. I'm sure we'll still keep in touch. You've had a great career. Thank you for everything that you've done. For us, we really, really appreciate it. And I'll end on a funny story. I don't know if I've told this story to many people on the call, but 11 years ago, almost to the day, I was sitting at a table in Las Vegas for a Xerox kickoff near the front, and the Mid-Atlantic group of owners had set together. And this was a Xerox kickoff event, and they had musical entertainment of a Cher lookalike. And that person came on stage and was talking and singing and said, I need someone to sing I Got You Babe, whatever, with me, and pointed to Gary. And Gary would look, his face was red. He was like, I can't. Josh. So then now he said, Josh, you go up. So I went up and I sang with this Cher lookalike, and it was
really horrible.
it was pretty bad. So I did that, and I looked, and Gary laughed at me the whole time. And when I came down, Gary turned around at the table and he goes, "You just saved me."
Appreciate everything you've done, but everybody will say that. All right, so I'll pass it off to whoever's next.
So guys, I want to jump in real quick. It's Jen, because I've got to run off to something else. But Gary, I guess I've known you, 15 years, as long as I've been an owner, as long as Sarah and Josh. And I think my biggest thing that I always think of when I think of you is how incredibly sweet it always is to see you and your wife together. She comes to came to every kickoff meeting. And I just always had such a good time speaking to the two of you together. It just, what a wonderful relationship you guys have had. And I guess lucky, because I'd love to take my husband to these things, but he's a teacher and I can't. So, but it's been a real pleasure getting to know you over the years, and super excited that you and Josh teamed up. And Josh, thanks for inviting me. It's been fun watching this stroll down memory lane. So good luck, Gary.
Thanks for joining.
Yep. Thanks, guys.